This is Cycle 24, Episode 3, the after show of America's Next Top Model, right here on AFTERBUZZ TV.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Buzzing.
Hey!
That's right. It's Makeover Week on America's Next Top Model. Hey there, guys. I'm your lead host, Mike Scocozza. You can find me everywhere. Mike Scocozza, Scocozza, and we have a full panel today. So everyone introduce yourself, please.
Yes.
Hey everybody, it's Ashley Allen here. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Ashley Reed Allen.
Hey guys, it's Mina. You can find me on Instagram at Mina Makes Magic.
Hey guys, it's Oliver Drennan. Follow me on all social media platforms at OllieDreamer.
Well, thank you all for being here.
Yes.
This is a new panel for Cycle 24. New host, Tyra's back again. I feel like we have to reiterate all the time because the boss is back, as they keep reminding us. And this is episode 3, titled "Beauty It's a Trademark."
It is.
And it's Makeover Week. Makeover Week. Should we get right into the makeovers, or maybe do we want to recap a little bit of the last episode?
Makeovers.
Yeah.
Well, so Cora won Best Photo last episode, and the homie white girl. What does she call herself again? White homie.
White homegirl.
White homegirl.
Oh, Maggie.
Maggie. Yeah, Maggie got eliminated. So yeah, it's Makeover Week, and we start with a little Tyra Mail. Tyra Mail. Also, what is with the Tyra Mail and her just like they can't get somebody else to just shoot her? I think it's so bizarre, like when she delivers the mail.
Like, for me, I think it's so interesting because I actually haven't watched this show in so long, and I was a die-hard ANTMer. Like, I was all about America's Next Top Model 10 years ago, and I would watch every single season.
Yeah.
And just to see how much it's changed from before them, like, actually getting Tyra Mail where they have to read it and it's some weird cryptic clue, to now it's, like, all video. It's just, I feel like the show kind of mimics how the times have changed and how technology has changed, which is really cool.
They act surprised every time that, like, they get a message. It's like, you know what's coming. After you do the photo shoot and the challenge, eliminations are next. It's the same cycle over and over again.
They're totally primed. It feels like, you know, when you go to one of those late night shows and the applause sign comes on and everyone's like, come on.
They get somebody to warm them up before they start shooting. Like, they don't show you that.
They totally do.
But yeah, so Tyra is delivering to everybody in the Tyra Mail what they're gonna get. Did anything stand out right away? Anybody like, oh my god, that's crazy, or I don't like that, or oh, I think that'll be good? Anybody anything stand out for anybody?
I don't know. Did you guys like Ryan's long hair? That was super long. It was almost obnoxiously long.
I liked it, but I felt like
She didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, I don't think she knew what to do with it, and I think they were kind of expecting more, but I'm almost sort of thinking, well, what else can she do? She can't walk around with it, like, spread out all the time, you know?
Yeah, that's a lot to handle. And then Liberty's red hair. What do you guys think about Liberty's red hair?
I loved her red hair.
that red hair.
She looked amazing.
Yeah.
I liked how they
So
go,
good.
she voted red, she's going red. Remember, I was like, are they going to play up the whole Donald Trump thing
Yeah.
some more?
I was
They are.
expecting, like, fire hydrant red, or like, I was expecting something way bolder. I thought it was
Well, see,
more subtle and really beautiful and glam. Like, they made it out to seem like it was so edgy and fierce. For me, I'm like, it just looks really beautiful. It doesn't look edgy.
I'm glad they didn't go fire engine red, because then it would have looked really fake. It would have looked like a cheesy Halloween wig.
Like a cheesy Cheeto.
Poison.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I liked the soft reddish almost tint
Yeah, I
that they
loved
went
it.
with her.
Just I didn't see it as edgy. Saw it as more like, oh, she's very beautiful.
Do you think that Liberty and Kayla, because Kayla, you know, half white, half black, she's an activist, do you think they're going to get into it all?
Oh,
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I can't wait.
They were teasing it. And they
Yeah.
planted the seeds for sure in this
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
expecting it to come back.
But
in the
then we
future.
also saw some drama with Christina, who I have to say, I just feel like every cycle has that one person who just instigates shit. That's Christina, right?
Listen, we already went over this last week. I wasn't feeling her last week. I'm still not feeling her now. She's just very sensitive, I feel like, and I don't know if she feels like the world is against her or what her deal is. She
It
just
feels
needs
like
to
an
relax.
insecurity thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
What was it? Who bumped into her? Oh, Sandra bumped into her, which they didn't show. Yeah. But then when they showed the clip of her just like giving her trash to Brendy and be like, throw this away. Like, I thought that was so fucking rude.
I heard her say trash, please.
Yeah.
No.
She like, which is even more condescending.
More condescending.
Yeah.
But see, she didn't even say it as nice as that. She said trash, please. It wasn't like trash, please. It was trash.
She's standing in front of the trash. You can't walk around and throw out your own fucking garbage. Like, come on.
And it really makes me sad because she's really cute, and I think she has potential, but her personality makes her not beautiful.
Yeah. How important is personality in the modeling world today when we live in a world where it's all about like Instagram models and it's less about video in a way? How important is that?
I will say this, especially on this show, they make it out like, oh, if you got a bad attitude, you ain't gonna make it nowhere. I will tell you, like, there's so obviously truth to that.
Yeah.
But if you got a look, they don't give a shit about what you act like.
If you have Instagram and you have like 1 million followers,
if your parents are famous, it doesn't matter. Nepotism rules.
That's a whole different story. But yeah, you can definitely book jobs if you have a bad attitude, but you have to get to a status first for them to be able to look over the bad attitude. Because I know people from experience who they will book you just off of, I remember she photographs well, she has a great personality, let's book her again just because she was fun to work with. So
and she's yet to present herself in like any like positive form.
It's very different from what we do as hosts. I feel like with hosting, you have to have a good personality.
Absolutely.
You have to make people feel comfortable. That's like what you're known for. That's
or at least you have to fake it a little bit. You know what I mean?
For modeling.
I'm just an asshole, but I act really nice on this show. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, you have to be able to balance it. So personality is important.
And what do you guys think about bringing politics into the mix with all of this?
Well, we kind of got into this a little bit last week because right from the get-go at casting week, Liberty came out and was like, I'm a Trump supporter. I'm not even going to get into the whole Trump thing. But I think it's interesting that they're playing it up. I think it's just a sign of the times. Like it's almost impossible to avoid it almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think they're bringing it up because of the nation's division with Trump. Like, if Obama was still in office, they wouldn't be bringing up Obama. But because Trump has so much negativity and everyone has all these different thoughts about him, they're going to bring it up, and that's her storyline. Like, we all know her as the Trump girl. So
that is true.
They have to give these girls each an archetype for sure.
Yeah.
And it's funny how like her name's Liberty and she's not like a liberal. I was like, isn't that like funny?
I literally was
that is really funny.
But do you think it's fair? Like, I'm kind of playing devil's advocate here. Is it fair for them to vilify her on the show for being a Trump supporter? Because you can definitely tell that they're trying to portray her in a negative light because of it. It's like, oh, that's the Trump supporter. You can already tell they have an opinion about it. It's not like, oh, let's hear her side of the argument. It's like, oh, she's automatically ignorant and she's this way. And this is coming from someone, I'm definitely not a Trump supporter, but I just feel like, is it fair for them to do that?
I don't necessarily feel like they're trying to make her a victim or put her in a bad light. I mean, I think they're highlighting the fact that she's a Trump supporter, but also, I would suggest that probably 95% of the modeling industry are not Trump supporters. You know what I mean? So like, you're going to be around a very eclectic group of mix of people. You know what I mean? Who come from all different walks of life, who don't really represent the ideals that Donald Trump represents. You know what I mean? So I think it's only natural in a show about modeling in the industry that you're going to have people, look down on that in a sense, if you will.
Yeah. And not only that, but she's playing into it herself. She keeps bringing it up. So.
I mean, it's got to be a little tough for her being in a house with all these people and being like the only one that thinks that way. Like, you got to give her some credit there too. I mean, again, we'll see what happens down the road if it explodes or not.
Yeah, I don't think she's a bad person at all. I don't agree with her like political views at all. But that's definitely something that it's gonna like come back to bite her for sure. And
we also both predicted that she was going home this week.
We did.
So quite the turnaround.
That red hair, huh?
But I guess so. We'll get back into the makeovers. The girls ended up going to, I wrote it down here, Andy LeCompte in West Hollywood. I'm not sure if anybody's been. Yep. And I did a rundown of what everybody got, and then we can kind of get into it a little more. So Brendy went with the shaved head. It's Ryan, right?
Ryan, yeah.
Ryan got the long weave. Kayla got some brown hair. And Gina. I keep messing up these names. Gina got rid of the wig and shaved her head, which I loved. It was amazing. Sandra got a bob. Hold on, I'm gonna go through the list. We're gonna go through the list. Christina got green hair, which I'll get into that. Liberty went red. Erin got like a wavy weave kinda. Rio shaved the head and went platinum, which I loved. Ivana got sort of like a short fro. Liz, of course, gets pink hair, only fitting. Christiana got sort of a platinum blonde dye. Shanice, we find out, has very serious cirrhosis. So she had a whole thing, was supposed to get a weave, ended up not getting a makeover.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Cora got the Cora, which is just herself. It's just herself. What do we think about Cora not getting anything?
I agree with that.
She didn't need anything. I thought she would look awesome, like, to begin with. So I totally thought out of everyone, she didn't need a makeover. So I totally agreed with it.
I think it makes it harder for her, though. Everyone's like, oh, wow, that means they love you in this. I think it means she has to step up her game even more.
I think that's true.
I agree.
Because they have higher expectations of her than they do of everyone
And she did
else.
just get best photo, too, so...
Yeah.
She's got a target.
Right.
Yeah.
She has a target.
I will say that, you know, in past seasons, there's always at least like a couple where you're just like, what the hell are they doing? I really feel like they nailed a lot of these looks. I thought a lot, like, they really complimented us. The only one I didn't like was Christina. No, I hated Christina's. That green hair looked ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
I didn't hate that one.
It depends. Like, I feel like hair like that is perfect if you're doing, like, really cool photo shoots in Tokyo or you're doing anime type things.
Right.
But if they're gonna have to do like shoots down the line that's a little more glam, I think it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna
really
go into
hard.
an agency, like, no one's gonna really want to book you with, like, that bright green hair.
Yeah.
It's just not versatile.
You're not Kylie
Right.
Jenner, and it doesn't even look good on her.
No. It was like literally a highlighter. They called it a highlighter. It looked like a Muppet on her head, honestly.
It looked like you used the green highlighter
Yeah,
in high
I
school.
really wanted them to do something with Christina, because I think she has, like, potential with her face, but they gave her that, and I was really disappointed.
I kind of would have liked to seen her with blonde hair.
Yeah?
Like a blonde, maybe shoulder length hair, something out of the box. Definitely not brown or black.
I feel like they could have went short with her, like really short.
Sure.
Like a 1920s.
I don't know, but like her, you know, she's got like a nice, like a strong
does.
jawline and stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like they should accentuate
A bowl
that
cut.
more.
Yeah.
Maybe a part of down the
You know,
belt.
honestly, they should do one season where they give every single person bowl cuts just
Oh,
to see who
God.
can actually pull it off. Like, that should be the ultimate challenge, because I've never seen anyone who
Put
can pull
everybody
off
on the
a bowl
level
cut.
playing field.
Yeah.
You all look ridiculous. Let's see who comes out on top.
Makes it fashion.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
That's not a bad twist.
Yeah.
the makeover that kind of surprised me the most that I actually liked was Liz.
Yes.
I liked the pink hair. I liked the bangs. She was like really like Fifth Element. I don't know if you guys seen that movie. Gave
Love
me
it.
like Fifth Element vibes. I think she rocked it really well, and it went with her personality.
Absolutely.
Dude, I love Liz. She's awesome.
I thought
She's
Brendy
crazy. I couldn't
with
take anything she was doing seriously. Like, she's just so odd. I love it though. I love
Oh, it's
watching
amazing.
her, but she's so odd.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going on in her head sometimes. Like, does she think she's on a TV show, or does she just like, I don't know?
She doesn't know
She
what's
just
going
thinks she's like a race car driver or something, like
feel like
running around in
she's-
circles.
She's on something for sure.
I did actually really love Brendy's shaved head. I
Yeah.
thought she was great. I thought that was one of my favorites.
Brendy K.
Brendy
Brandy
K.
K.
She corrected Christina. Remember, she's like, Brendy, it's Brendy K. Get it right.
That's odd, but okay, yes, Brendy K.
She's beautiful. Like, the fact that people say she looks like a man or looks masculine. First of all, looking masculine is not a bad thing. I feel like
No.
it's just saying that she has like stronger features or like more
Especially in the
pronounced
modeling
jawline.
industry, that's a compliment.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, she's definitely striking.
I thought Gina was amazing too. I mean,
Oh,
obviously
yeah.
the whole emotional aspect that went into it, but they even said like her face just was like boom, it just brought her face out.
Yeah.
Like her face kind of got lost in that wig.
Every time they do that thing where I feel like every episode they have this scene, like this V for Vendetta scene where they're shaving someone's head and like Natalie Portman's crying and it's super intense. But this time, like, it was actually valid. Like, I felt something. I was like, wow, like she's actually been through a lot. A lot of times I feel like they play up with the emotional aspect of it, but I felt like there were so many issues this episode that, like they were completely legitimate. Like nothing felt overly.
Yeah, I didn't feel like people were being like over dramatic about stuff, which is
God.
really nice. Like, stop. You know what I mean? You're on America's Next Top Model. You're gonna get a makeover. You know what's coming. Relax.
And she has alopecia. Is that right?
Alopecia,
And kids with kids, you know, even adults with alopecia can see that. So that's why it's cool that these girls do have a platform. And like even political, like it's cool. Like maybe not so much for liberty because I don't believe with her, but girls who are more liberal, like they can use this platform to make a difference possibly. And if they have something like psoriasis, people can relate to that and can, you know, send a positive message about it. You're not alone. So.
Yeah, and nobody's perfect. Like in the modeling, everyone has a flaw. Just because you're modeling or aspiring to be a model doesn't mean that you're perfect. Everyone has something.
Megan Fox has weird thumbs apparently, and she's gorgeous.
She can do all sorts of things with those weird thumbs to me if she wants. That's fine with me. I will say that I felt like everyone, you know, sometimes on the show, the judges can be, I don't think they, maybe like Kelly Catrone was just a bitch to be a bitch, but like I feel like a lot of times they're being honest. And I felt like with the makeovers and even, you know, with Gina and Shanice, like, you see these people, like, people really care. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're a contestant on a show, but like they really do genuinely care about your well-being. And I thought that kind of like showed through. And it's really, I don't know, I think it's refreshing in a way when you see that and not just the negative side of things. Of course.
Absolutely.
I didn't like how they told Shanae she had a one-note personality, though. I felt like it was a little too much to be like,
I can see why they said that, because I feel like she's guarded. You know, she's a little... She may be sensitive. She just seems like she's hiding something. She's a little insecure, which is totally fine.
That is really harsh criticism, though. As a contestant, to receive that, like, your picture was one note, just like your personality. Like, I feel like it's a little too intense. Like, it's like a drill sergeant.
That's a reoccurring thing on the show, though.
It's so intense.
I was told I had the worst walk in the history of Top Model. So, you know what? You can take it. You can take it in stride, okay? You can take it in stride.
I mean, honestly... That's what happens in real life. I've heard worse things. I've had bad things said to me, and you just take it and you move on. So.
And I was gonna say something, I totally lost my Sorry. What were we talking about? All right, so the girls got the makeovers. They're shooting a high fashion video. That was
Clip.
with Director X from Rihanna fame and Drake fame. Did he do the Drake in the like
the
Hotline Bling? Was that Director X?
I think so. He's done a lot. He's been around for
I'm sure he did work with
years.
Rihanna. I don't know.
And he was on this, and he was on the show last season too. So it's nice to see that they bring back some familiar faces.
How awkward is it to do that video though? I just feel like, I don't know, when people are yelling at you, it just reminds me so much of Zoolander. Like, a lot of what happened in this episode, I felt like I could not take it seriously, you guys, because it felt like a parody. I felt like even like the drama that was happening with the girls, like how she's like, so-and-so bumped into me. That was disrespectful. Like, it felt like a SNL. It felt like some weird SNL sketch.
The whole modeling industry is kind of a parody, let's be honest.
I don't know, but it feels weird. I don't know if it's because it's on VH1, and when I used to watch it on the CW, I felt like there was still drama, but it wasn't like little things. It just feels, I don't know, something about it feels so different to me, and I don't know what it is.
I think they're bumping up the drama now that's on VH1. And it feels like Bad Girls Club half the time. You're like, no. It's more so drama than modeling, which
it feels like high school or something.
They just need to balance it. Like,
some of these kids are just out of high school, by the way.
So, that's very true.
I felt like there was kind of a common theme this episode where people sort of getting in their own way. And I think getting to Director X where he's yelling at you. He's not yelling at you to yell at you.
No.
They're trying to bring these people out of their shells, you know? And they said, it's like,
get out of your shell.
You
like,
either,
that's the
you
best
either get
way to do
it or you don't. And like, nobody has time to fucking hold your hand through this. You either figure it out or you don't. And that's what it is.
Me personally, I love the screaming. I mean, you know, from when I've done photo shoots in the past, like I want a director that's just as excited as I am. I want someone to push me and someone to bring life to the set. Like I don't want my photographer to just be sitting there and clicking the camera. Like we need to feed off of each other, because at the end of the day, we both need each other for this photo to come out right. So
you gotta both have a connective energy.
So I love the energy. I love the screaming. Like that's personally something that I liked.
I thought it was great. I mean, like I said, Director X has worked with XYZ star. He knows the man knows what he's doing. Yeah. If you can wrangle A-list talent like that, you can wrangle some kids on a TV show. Exactly. Let's be honest. And if you can't get it, then you don't belong in this industry. Yeah. That's just what it is. I'm just gonna be honest. So there we have it.
It's settled.
Nobody else got into any drama afterwards, right? Before panel. I don't recall.
No, not during the shoot. No. But I will say that I thought it was pretty hilarious that Drew said that Ivana's shoot was a hot mess.
I felt so bad for her in this episode though, because like I didn't like her makeover. Did you guys like her makeover?
Not really. I feel like
she didn't need one. She's another girl that I felt like didn't really need one necessarily.
I didn't mind the cut. I just feel like maybe they should have defined her curls a little more. Mm-hmm.
It was flat. Like,
it was a little flat.
She had such good like bounce and flow to her hair, and they kind of like, I don't want to say it sabotaged her, but yeah, watching her like in action, it was kind of like, ooh, girl, what are you doing? No. She was just kind of like, she didn't know what she was doing, and I felt bad.
Yeah, I felt bad for her too.
The cool thing though, like I must say, the one thing that makes things different in this day and age with America's Next Top Model is now even if you get on the show, it's already a huge success for you because you walk away with so many Instagram followers. Like you could do anything, as opposed to back in the day, like. I wonder if people are following, like, some of my fan favorites from back in the day. I just feel like it's just a totally different landscape now. It's completely different. So like you can make a living. I mean, you can make a living just, like, not being a professional model, but being an Instagram model, which still takes a lot of work, but it's definitely... I mean, it's not looked the same way in the industry.
It's a platform, and it's really up to you to do something with the platform.
Yeah.
You know, coming off the show, nobody's just going to be like, oh my God, you're on America's Next Model. I'm going to book you for this big campaign. Yeah. It doesn't happen like that. It's all, you still got to work, and you got to hustle, and you got to do your thing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
What do you think they're going to do with the $100,000, whoever wins it? Like, what do they invest it towards?
I don't know.
Like I'm gonna get myself a professional photographer and do photo shoots.
First, we gotta figure out who's gonna win this. Like Liz might do some crazy stuff if she wins that.
Yeah.
I thought it would be funny if somebody just made some atrocious like purchase or something so ridiculous just to throw it in the judges' faces or something.
Yeah.
or spent the money on like giant billboards that said like I hate America's Next Top Model even though I won. I don't know. Just
oh my god!
Sure, there's some stipulations in the contract.
There probably are some stipulations.
Yeah, there has to be. But who was that one girl that was giving like that inspirational, motivational speech? Like you can't stand in your own way. You're the only person in your own way.
I think it was
you
Rio.
have to snap out of it.
I think it was Rio.
Whoever that girl was, I can't remember her name. She is my favorite because she has like this personality that's so fierce, but there's a calmness to her. Mm-hmm. Like she's not like, she doesn't feel the need to be loud, but she's confident, she's bold, and I love people like that. The people who are like understated confidence. They don't feel the need to like flash it all over the place.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Respect.
I agree.
No, I agree too. Yeah, I think it's great. So getting into panel, we have a little hiccup, not a hiccup, but Tyra comes out, but we're missing two of the judges. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they were so inspired by Gina. I'm going to get it right. I'm so sorry. I keep wanting to say Jenna, but it's Gina. I know. They were so inspired by Gina that they had to do a revealing of their own. So Law comes out first without a wig. And I have to say, Law, you look amazing without a wig. Just take the wig off all the time.
Yeah, what? Cheekbones,
so
lips, eyes? Come on now.
Like, what are you doing?
Just
keep the wig
on.
Keep the wig on. And then Drew comes out, and we find out that Drew has vitiligo, which none of us I don't think had any idea.
Knew. Yeah.
You know, and I wonder, you know, what was it, 2 seconds ago? We had Winnie Harlow, who had the vitiligo, who now has grown on to become a very successful model.
Yeah.
It's huge.
So I thought that was... I was wondering, because, like, I figured Law was going to take his wig off, but I was like, what's Drew going to do? Like, he's not wearing a wig.
Yeah, I was wondering about curious. That, too. I was like, huh.
And I thought that was, like, a really... I think it was a very honest and a very powerful thing. Like I don't think they were doing that just because like, oh, we gotta do it for TV. I think they really felt like a connection. So I think it was nice.
Yeah, it's not like that scene in Mean Girls where each of them is like going around in a circle being like, I have bad calves, and then Katie Hearn's like, I have bad breath in the morning. Like they were actually legitimate insecurities.
By the way, her Lindsay Lohan's still trying to get a sequel made to that movie.
Do you know, I love Lindsay Lohan, and you know, despite popular opinion, I think she is very, very talented. I just think
you think she'll have a comeback one of these days?
I definitely think she's gonna have a comeback. I just think she needs to get her act together, and I think it's very difficult when you're a child star and you're kind of raised in this limelight. I mean, I'm taking it way back to Parent Trap days. That was my favorite movie.
Fantastic.
She played 2 different roles. She's like, hi, I'm Annie Parker. I'm just like, yes, bring Lindsay Lohan back, please. Let her be a judge on America's Next Top Model.
Well, I think she needs to disappear a little bit more first. You gotta disappear.
She's in Greece.
So you can come back.
She has disappeared. She's like been in Greece. She's been like away from everything.
Maybe take some more time off.
Yeah, she's even said that like it's helped her a lot. I know way too much about Lindsay Lohan. I clearly know way too much about her.
Yeah. I support this Lindsay Lohan.
Yes, I love you, Lindsay. Come back.
Mean Girls.
Lindsay, if you want to come on the show too, you're welcome anytime. We'll gladly have you.
Honestly, come back.
So who did anybody's video? I'm sorry, The fact that they said they were shooting a video and then that was what they showed, again, I don't know what the final product actually was because half the time they're not showing you the whole thing.
They should do boomerangs. That would be better than what they did.
But that, like, it was just this weird slow motion, like, there was nothing to it. But anyway, who did we like for the video?
Liberty. Liberty looked like Britney Spears. She was just like flipping her hair. Christina Aguilera. Like, I was like, damn, Liberty.
I like Liberty.
She was good, but I didn't understand like why everyone was obsessed with her over everyone else.
It didn't look like Liberty. Like, she totally turned into something else.
I think it was the whole
I like Gina. Gina was my favorite for that one.
Gina was great.
She did great.
Gina was great.
I can't remember who...
Cora was amazing. She reminded me of Grace Jones when she just like...
Yeah. My only thing about Cora is... like pretty much what Tyra said, she needs to learn how to do like the pretty ugly without like the scary ugly.
Tyra knows how to do that too.
Yeah.
She's so striking already, but she needs to find a way to like keep it interesting too. You know what I mean? Like when she's not doing anything.
Right.
Which maybe is difficult. I don't know.
Can you do the smize?
The smize?
Can you do the smize?
Let's all try to do the smize.
Let's all try to do the smize right now. 1, 2, 3.
Did you get it?
I can't. I don't think I can do it. I'm like watching Tyra right now.
There you go.
Held it for a half a second. Yeah, there we go. Did you get the shot?
I also loved Rio's. The whole mean mugging.
I loved hers.
The attitude, that swagger, you know, that confident swagger.
Yeah.
I think it came through. I thought it was great.
What about Brandy K? We thought she was gonna do horrible. It seemed like on the shoot, but then like at panel,
there's always one. There's always one where like, oh, they're struggling, and then at panel, it's like, oh my god, the best thing ever.
But even I was so shocked. I was happy for Brandy K, but also Director X wasn't having it, so I was like, okay, she's gonna be in bottom 2. But it was cool that she actually had a good video, so I was like, go Brandy K.
I wonder how much of it is dumb luck. Like, no offense, but
she has an amazing face.
Sometimes I feel like some people don't really have to do much. They just like look and then they like.
She's one of my favorites. I just really hope that if she's able to stay in this competition, she gets out of her own way, gets out of her own head. Like, come on, girl. Like, I understand, like, she's had a rough life. But look at where you are. Look at who you're surrounded by, and look who's telling you that you're beautiful. So believe them, look in the mirror, and take it and run with it, because this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yeah.
And she's great, and I love her. So I just hope she gets out of her own way.
We're rooting for you, Brandy K.
Yes,
we were all rooting for you. Yeah, what about that fight though with her and Liz?
Oh yeah,
that was insane. Liz is crazy, but
don't talk about my mama.
Literally, that's what the fight was. But, oh my god,
she just walked out. She just walked out of the.
What did they say about her family? I didn't catch it.
I didn't catch it either.
Liz, she brought up something about like you're raising your voice, like your family raised your voice to you, or something like that. It's a very, it's a very touchy subject.
I'm sure she knew that it was gonna be like strike a chord. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this show is like Showgirls, like the movie Showgirls, where you just like try to knock out the competition.
Literally, Brandy K wanted to
through
smack
psychological warfare. That's how you get rid of your competition.
Well, they do know that if you hit somebody, you're going home. So
of course,
everybody can talk a big game because no one's gonna knock you out.
Yeah.
So run your mouth all you want. Share it's great television. Best video, Liberty. Liberty won Best Video.
I agree with that.
I was into it. I have no beef with that. Runner-up was Gina. So I think they made the right decision on 1 and 2 there.
I agree.
We get to the bottom 2, and it's Ivana and Shanice, who I don't think that was a surprise for any of us, right? And it came down, and they said that Shanice wanted it more. That's kind of basically how they broke it down. They felt that she
wanted Ivana to be like, no, I do. And the plot thickens.
Wrong. So they eliminated Ivana, which based on this week's performance, was probably the right choice.
Yeah.
I just felt bad for her. Like I was like, dang. Just because, like, I
could have seen either of them go. Like, I wasn't feeling one way about either of them. So if Ivana stayed, I could have seen her improve as well. I mean, I don't think either of them are going to be on much longer. I was surprised that Sandra. I was surprised that Sandra was in the bottom. She's like that Persian-looking girl that looks like a Kim K clone with the short, with the short hair and it's straight. I think she's striking. I think she's so gorgeous, beautiful.
I also feel like
she's the only one who looks like that on the show because I feel like there's not a lot of I didn't see any
virgin,
I didn't see any Middle Eastern people, any Latinas really. I didn't see a lot of diversity.
She's Muslim.
Yeah. I think that's very rare to have that in the modeling industry. I'm Muslim, so I don't know any other Muslims, and
I can't say I do either.
The modeling industry.
I feel like they probably brought her on the show for like a role, and I feel like she's not giving them or fulfilling the role that I think they wanted her to fill. So I don't think she's going to be on here.
Yeah, because even in the preview, we saw her kind of struggling in the next photo shoot. I didn't know you're a Muslim, by the way. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That. But yeah, I do want Sandra to go far, so hopefully that isn't, gonna be a self-fulfilling prophecy for her. Because she's really striking. Her and Kyla, I think, are like the most stand out to me for sure. But yeah, I mean, Liz is always awesome. But, I just love me some Liz. But Kyla, and
I hope
Sandra,
Liz gets like a spin-off. She needs her own show.
My Life as
Liz. She needs a
Liz.
variety show or something, like an Anna Nicole Smith kind of thing.
I would pay money for that.
That would be actually good.
Hopefully, she doesn't end up with the same path.
Oh no, that got dark pretty quickly.
Sorry. So Ivana eliminated. So do we want to get into some predictions here for next week?
Yes. Let's do it.
Predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Oliver, you want to start us out there?
Okay. Liz is gonna win the competition. No. I really hope Sandra doesn't get eliminated. I think Erin's gonna have some problem in the future because of her age. It was brought up in this episode. It was looking a little Janet Jackson. No disrespect to Janet Jackson. I don't know. Hopefully, I think Gina's gonna go far. But yeah, I really don't know where the show's gonna go. I know there's gonna be plenty of drama, that's for sure.
Yeah. So I predict someone's gonna have a meltdown. Someone's gonna have an eating disorder. Someone's gonna have some sort of fight.
No,
there's always something. There's always
Layers.
something with these things, and I feel like sometimes it tends to probably replicate reality in the modeling industry. There's probably gonna be something with Liberty and her talking about the Muslim ban that Trump created and Sandra coming out. I don't know. There's going to be something political going on for sure.
I didn't
feel
even think about that yet.
I sense
the two of them getting into it.
Yeah.
And then you brought up the eating disorder, which we saw with Ryan. So I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot. I feel like they're just going to sprinkle in like a million different things so that they can address it as an issue.
I'm thinking bottom 2, Ryan and Sandra. Calling it.
I love Sandra though. I don't want to see her go. I really like her. And I feel like there needs to be representation. There's not a lot of diversity. So, we'll see.
Okay, so I'm going to say my favorites are Gina and Rio. Those are my top 2. Next week, I actually can send Kyla home. I love her height. I love the long, lean look, but I don't know. It's just something about her that I haven't been wowed yet.
She's not going home.
I know she's not going
to win. Who's going to win the competition?
I think Kayla's a front runner to win.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No.
on your parade.
Winner right now, I'm gonna say Gina.
See, everybody's struggling. Sorry, Gina.
Gina.
Sorry.
It's the way it's spelled.
It is. It looks like Jenna.
Yeah, it looks like Jenna. Gina, sorry.
I will say I love Kayla. I think she's gonna go very far, and I love Rio. I think she's gonna go far. I think Jenna.
Gina.
I think Gina will go far.
It rhymes with Mina. Just remember, it's so easy.
So those are kind of like my top three. Bottom three, I think Ryan has a good chance to go home.
Yeah.
I think Shanice isn't going to make it much further in this competition.
Yeah.
And yeah, I worry about Erin. I love her, Erin, but I don't think she's going to make it much further here.
Yeah, I agree. I think maybe like another week or two, maybe.
Yeah, and then the preview for next week looked like some sort of spooky, like American Horror Story kind of thing.
Yeah, the girl with green hair should win this one. For sure.
I don't know.
All right, any last words here before we wrap it up?
Liz is gonna win the competition.
Oh, I thought you wanted like some sort of inspirational quote. Be who you are.
The floor is yours. Whatever. If you want to plug whatever you want. I don't
You
care.
are your own worst enemy.
I'm just gonna say, Law Roach, keep the wig off. I love the cheekbones and everything that was happening there. That melanin, yes, I love it.
All right. Well, where can we find everybody?
Hey guys, I'm Oliver Drennan. Follow me on all social media platforms at Ollie Dreamer.
Hey guys, follow my adventures on Instagram at Mina Makes Magic.
Hey everybody, Ashley Allen here, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Ashley Reed Allen.
And you guys can find me everywhere. Mike Scocozza. It's just my name, Scocozza. I like to spell it out. All right. Well, we'll see you here next week for episode 4.
Woo. See you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.